Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shamika and this is Check the Rhymes. I am super excited that you're here. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. Y'all, can you believe we are celebrating 50 years of hip hop? It is the 50th anniversary this year. And I know a lot of places are celebrating all year round, and that's the same for BET.com. They are celebrating as well with a competition. And I love this. You get to vote on who the greatest rap crew of all time is. But here to talk about the competition, the rules, how you vote, all those things is journalist, personality, author. Like, I could go on and on about her receipts. Kim Osorio, she is here to talk about it. And listen, you can vote starting now all the way through June 9th on BET.com. But stay tuned. You don't want to miss today's show.
Hi, Shamika.
Hi, Kimberly. Welcome to Check the Rhymes. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so excited to be chatting with you. I mean, you're a legend. So I'm so excited about this.
Thank you. I'm excited to talk to you. Thank you.
So the greatest rap crew of all time. It's a competition. So at first I thought it was maybe a show, but it's actually a competition. Can you explain how this works?
Yes. Well, in honor of hip hop's 50th anniversary, BET is launching the greatest rap crew of all time, and fans can go online to vote for your greatest rap crew of all time. It's a multi-platform tournament-style competition. So each crew will go up against another crew as they're announced, and they'll go head-to-head and advance to the next round. So all regions are going to be represented here: East, Midwest, Dirty South, and West Coast. And so, you know, the winner is going to be announced at the BET Awards, and it will be determined by the fans.
Wow. So how did the, I guess the different regions, like, because I'm sure since it is bracket style, have I think it like launches today actually, but how were the groups determined or the crews determined?
Well, you've got to go online to see what the criteria for being a rap crew is, and everything will be up there. Everything will be explained. Go online and vote, but ultimately it's going to be determined by the fans. So the fans will be able to vote for their greatest rap crew, and then the winner of each bracket will move on to the next round.
Okay, now I know me, I'm a Gen Xer, so and when I'm thinking rap crew, I have in my head who I would put in a rap crew, but will it also include newer artists?
Yes, definitely. So I think that's what makes this competition very special, because we're covering 50 years. So you're looking at crews of the 80s and 90s, but you're also, we're in 2023. You're also looking at today's rap crews, and you're looking at some crews that have been able to span the course of 10, 20 years. Yeah,
I love this idea. So will there be prizes along the way for the fans?
Definitely prizes. When you go online and vote, you'll be entered into the sweepstakes, and fans can win accommodations to the BET Award.
Ooh, that's a great prize.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So I know there's oftentimes like, and you've been in the hip hop industry as a journalist for a long time, but I know there seems to be a lot of like, I guess, discrepancy, or people talk a lot. I've seen it on social media actually even yesterday, where people are like, who had the first rap song or hip hop song? Like, do you have any thoughts about that?
I mean, I think hip hop has always thrived off of competition, right? Battles go all the way back to, the late 70s, early 80s. So I feel like this is something that's sort of in the spirit of hip hop. It's a competitive thing for us to be able to go online, vote for our greatest rap crew. And it's just there's always a debate in hip hop, I feel like. So I think this is good for the culture.
Okay. And you mentioned that the winner would be announced at the BET Awards, and that's in June. So will that group get to perform, or do we just have to wait and see?
You're gonna have to wait and see.
You're just not going to give me any tea about this.
I can't give that. That's the good information. I can't give that up yet. And I think it's going to help, right? Just in terms of like creating the anticipation for what we're about to see, because, hip hop has reached this huge milestone year, 50th anniversary. That's big. The greatest rap crew. I don't think that that's a debate in hip hop that's been put out there before. So I'd like to mark us down, BET, as being the first to kind of have this conversation about who is the greatest crew, because people mostly talk about the greatest MC or the greatest, lyricist, but who is the greatest rap crew of all time when it comes to hip hop?
That's true. That's absolutely true. Well, do you have a favorite hip hop artist from over the course of these 50 years? Do you have a favorite that stands out? And it doesn't have to be a rap crew, but it could just be just an MC or something.
I think it's hard for me. I feel like my favorite MC changes every couple of months. I'm just a huge fan of the culture. People ask me my top 5 all the time. And so, I remember for a long time, I will say, it was Biggie for a very long time. But now as I sort of like go back and I'm like, oh, you know what? I really appreciate this artist. And I think that's the beautiful thing about hip hop. Like, I remember a time where you could pretty much name every hip hop artist that was out. And if you look at where we are in 2023, there's so much. But my present day, I would say Kendrick Lamar.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I think for me, it's been Tupac. I think because I've been watching Dear Mama on Hulu. but yeah, it's. I totally agree. It changes because there's just so many amazing artists over the years. And so for my last question, and just because I talk to a lot of students, they tend to ask this question a lot. Like, you are a journalist, but how do you pivot, or the advice that you have to pivot to the other things that you've done? Like, you're an author, personality. Right now you're working with BET Digital. What is your best advice to pivot into various lanes?
I would say that stick to doing what you love. I know that might be like this cliche answer, but no matter what I've done over the course of my career, it's always sort of rooted in storytelling and mainly hip hop, right? So I've been able to take that talent and sort of use it at different platforms at different times in my career. So I would say if you stay true to what you love, if you're dedicated, careers are going to change or jobs are going to change, but really, it's about just loving what you do. And I think that that's what it's been for me.
I love that. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining me. The greatest rap crew of all time. You guys can start voting on May 1st, starting around noon. Is that right? Around noon. Through June 9th on BET.com. And can they also vote on social media like Twitter, Instagram?
You can vote on BET.com, or you can go to Twitter and Instagram, use the hashtag, so everything will be spelled out on BET.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.